We're here at Summit Point Racetrack, which is arguably a countryside bicycle lane with some road markings painted down it. I have a suspicion that this is just a public park and some guy has just put road markings down the middle and then built some pits in this public park and called it a racetrack, and now we've just turned up like a bunch of rebels in our Mazda MX5 Cup cars for a race. There's 15 people. We've qualified in I can't even remember. We weren't driving particularly fast in the qualifying because we were too busy talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're still in 7th or 8th place. Lights are on the screen. We are of course using HD5 and it's go. God, look at him waving his green flag up there. Well, we nearly just drove into that car there. That's the danger of driving or having a full-blown race on a cycle path in a park. But that's what keeps it intense, because otherwise... Oh, got a bit of a car contact there. We'll try and stay left. Look at this white car, can't drive. Oh, where's he going? Black car to the right. Yeah, with a slow car, you know, a nice narrow track keeps things exciting. So I'm going to slow down because I'm expecting an accident there. I probably didn't need to slow down that much, but it'll probably do me good. We're just going to take it nice and easy. We've got a run off there anyway. But these corners on the right here are a little bit shifty, so well, there we go. Nice bit of ballet by that green car. Black car in front of me. Is that black or is it dark green? I can't tell. Braking a bit erratic, and that's one of the things you have to watch out. Obviously my R ratings are super duper low, so you have to watch out. People do tend to brake really random points on the track, and especially at the start of the race when there's lots of cars all over the place. Oh, there he goes. Serengeti Joyride. Oh, he almost recovered it before hitting the tyre wall, but he did appear to have a ginormous dent in the side of his car. We're going to watch out. This guy's probably going to understeer off a bit. Maybe could have pushed, but I've got a suspicion that car number 2 would have just driven into us, so that's alright. We're moving on up through the grid. Through the bicycle park. Oh dear, what a track. Okay, the guy's braking quite a lot for this corner. Let's turn the radio off because it just sounds like... I sound like I'm in World War II and I've just intercepted a German message. I can't tell what is going on the radio there. Probably something about them storming the Eastern Front. We need to write that down, send it off to Bletchley Park. But for now, we're just going to turn the radio off and that's it. We've lost World War II, but it's alright. Yeah, these guys are braking super early. I mean, I think with this Mazda, it does help in some ways to brake early because it has a habit of understeering, but then you can carry quite, as long as your fronts are biting in, you can carry a lot of speed around the track in this Mazda, around corners, as long as you get the fronts to bite initially. If they don't, then you're just going off. Look at this, car number 2 and car 11 battling away. Underneath the bridge we go. I've got a suspicion car number 2 is just going to understeer off into car number 11. That's my prediction. There we go. And we'll go through the middle. So, I knew that was going to happen. Race driver telekinesis there. And so I guess we're in... What position are we in? Probably like 4th. That's not bad. We need to get our I rating up a bit higher, I think, because you know, these guys aren't the fastest, and you know, not necessarily in charge of their cars based off what just happened there. So we'll continue on. Might get an opportunity to check the chat room a bit. This isn't the best circuit for checking the chat room because we've only got the start-finish line straight to actually have a look at it. Oh, so it's weird with this car because, as I say, the fronts have a habit of biting or not biting. It's really, really ambiguous. It's really hit or miss as to if you're going to be on the limit or not. I'm not sure if, as we said before, if SimVibe would help convey what sort of grip levels you've got with your front end. Because I think with iRacing, the way it does force feedback, I really don't get a feel for how much grip we've got with the tyres at all. So you sort of have to drive by practice rather than drive by feel. Car guys advertising there. It's the green flag guy's just stood there watching. He's not moved. It's a pretty short race. He's got his black and white checker flag hidden underneath, waiting to wave it. 12 laps to go, okay. So we've got plenty of time to catch up with these guys in the front if we can just drive nice and smooth. What number is this car in front of us? I should put the relative timing on. We'll do that in a second. But this feels like a nice... Oh, that wasn't good. This feels like a nice sort of countryside drive. Oh, there's loads of caravans down here. Now we've got the farmyards. So maybe this track was a case that a farmer wasn't quite getting the crop yield that he wanted, and he was like, okay, we'll just sod it, get all the cows off my land, clear the crops, we're going to build a racetrack. And with it being America, that was perfectly fine. In England, they'd try and do that, and some would complain about the noise pollution and say you could only race once a month, and they'd have little sound monitors all around the track. But there you go. Chat room check quickly. iRacing on a commercial wheel. Even I've driven iRacing with the AccuForce and an OSW, and it does improve iRacing force feedback a lot. But you still don't get that subtle tyre load feel and car mass feel. It's more like you just get a stronger, more detailed steering column feel, and you also get a lot better self-aligning with an OSW. So catching slides is basically done for you, just like a real car would. But I still, because the thing is, iRacing doesn't send that. I don't think it sends that information down the wheel, because they're trying to sort of do more of a literal. This is what goes through your steering column. And often, oh, what are you doing, matey boy? Often, a lot of real world cars don't give that much information through the steering wheel. It comes through the G-forces. But obviously, we're in a simulator, and I'm not in a motion rig, so it'd be nice as an option to have some feel come through the wheel. Feel through the wheel. Just because then you can drive by feel. It's a sort of crucial part of driving, in my point of view. But as I said, someone linked me a while back to a SimVibe kick, but it was using. You're probably in the chat room now. Well, I've forgotten who it was. It sent it to me. Maybe it was Red Said. I'm not sure, but it was like a budget SimVibe kit. Whoa! He's braking so early and so much. Yeah, so this budget SimVibe kit, then it was sort of like £10–15 per actuator, so you could easily, for under £100, do the full setup. And I think for iRacing that would probably make a large difference. So I've been so tempted to do it. Well, I need to look into it and sort it out. I think... Oh, we've got a bit of shit on the windscreen. Thanks, iRacing. I think it's a bit of rubber actually from the car in front. I really want to wipe that off now. Oh dear. Need to get a bit of cloth out. So yeah, we need to get that SimVibe stuff set up. I'll look at setting it up. It'd be really nice to just attach it onto the rig, and hopefully that conveys what each wheel's doing, which would be really useful. Look at this. Is it a back marker, or is it someone that's in front that's made a mistake? Well, let's expect the guy to understeer off into him. That seems to be the tradition on this track. Now, let's put the... use the old button box. There we go. Oh, no, it's not. It's the second position guy who made a bit of a mistake. And our bit of tyre on the windscreen is fully blacked out. Don't think we've got animated windscreen wipers, unfortunately, so we can't clear that off. Oh dear. Up the inside. Why is he going so slow for? Is it still there? Looks clear to me. It's got different coloured bumper to the rest of his car. So when I went past him, I looked in the windscreen. I'm like, it wasn't a yellow car we just passed. It was a red car, but the bumper's completely different texture. It's a good little trick, that. I don't know what kind of trick it is, but you know, it seemed like it's like a Darren Brown race car. You think you pass one car, and it could be another one because it's a different colour. The magic of sim racing, right there. Okay, we're trying to smooth things out. We found ourselves into third, from 7th to 3rd. Not bad considering that we're nattering away, but as I say, our rating is like 3 or something, so we're not exactly driving with the most talented iRacers, and it is the morning because it's actually a warm day in the United Kingdom, so we're getting some sim racing before it's too warm. But what if you get a Marshall on your windscreen? I don't understand what you mean. Oh dear, we almost missed the break point there by using the chat room. We've got a Marshall on the windscreen. Was that if you drive into them? Whoops. Oh, I hope 4th gear's not doing its thing again. We had a problem before with 4th gear and my shifter. I think that might have just been me mis-shifting there. Almost blew the engine up. Yeah, so this car it's weird because it's quite nimble. It does turn in a bit on the brakes when you've got it loaded up, but it does have a habit of getting into sort of slides where you have to wait for it to come out of the slide. But you see that back there where you can sort of catch it and stop yourself from rotating around, but you can't really play with it. You're going to go where the car's going. You've just got to try and keep the back end pointing in or the front end pointing in the right direction. Oh, he means flag. Who are you getting? Who are you getting your SW off of? Well, at this point in time, no one, because we can't afford it. Oh dear. I was looking into the cheapest possible OSW setup I've seen, including just one rim with with some flappy paddles on the rim. I'd probably use like a Chinese knockoff race wheel. It would come to £1,200. And at the moment, with the way OSWs are, it seems like we've got the Simetik seems to be a really popular setup, and obviously I think that still uses like an Ioni board, but there's a couple of people that are selling Simetik setups, and they work out at about €900 for the for the drive and everything else. I was tempted to go with Ollie's kit on I think it's called Simplicity. I'm not sure, but Ollie's got a good kit, and that's what my friend bought. I tried that out with the Mini Mage, and that was a good, really good 40-pound wheel. More than I think most people would ever need, and that's just with the small Mage. I think the other big thing that's changed now, I say big thing, is that a lot of the kits come with a slightly higher resolution encoder, but to be honest, the one that I tried had the low resolution encoder, and it was really, really good. It was perfectly fine. So it's just a case of raising the funds, and then at the point where we've got the money, we'll look at getting one. But it's annoying because with VR at the moment, that's cost a fortune, but also the graphics cards at this point in time are sort of 1070, the Nvidia 1070. It's like £400. I was expecting it to be okay, understeer. I was expecting that graphics card to be around 270, 300 maximum. And I really need to upgrade my graphics card for VR, especially whilst we're doing streaming in VR. We have a lot of games while streaming that can't quite hit the frame rate, which is really irritating. So we'll see how it goes, but Ollie's kit or one of the Simetik kits definitely look like a good solution at this point in time. It caused a bit of a traffic jam here. I'm driving so slow. Sim Racing Bay. I'll check that out. How much is that Sim Racing Bay setup? And is it a Simetik? Oh yeah, our fourth gear's broken. I was wondering why we kept misshifting. I think it's an issue with the USB cable, so I need to swap that over. But, well, it's going to be interesting for this race if we can hold this position with the fourth gear that's a bit dodgy. I thought he was going to make a move up the left-hand side there. We left the door open. I don't want to be taken out. I want to finish this race with my legs intact. That would be a nice, you know... I do like finishing races with both my legs in one piece. Oh, come on. We are struggling for grip. No! Okay, we're gonna have to miss fourth gear here. Ah, let's block the road off. Fourth gear is broken. So we're going to have to skip it out. No, don't be next to me! Because I've not got fourth gear. Oh, God. We're going to lose all our places because this track, it'd be alright if we were missing fifth gear. This is a sort of fourth gear track. We'll try going back into fourth gear again here. Okay, it went in that time. What is going on? As I say, I think it's I've checked the hardware and it seems perfectly fine in Windows. I think there's a random issue I've got with the USB port glitching out. Might be a conflict between devices. So, okay, I'm going to try and use fourth gear. But if it doesn't go in, we're going to have to go back down to third and then try and skip up into fifth. It's like driving a rally car around the bicycle park. Thank you. A guy just completely rammed me. What is he doing? He's just... I can't believe he just totally drove into me. Complete disregard. I'm so tempted to pit manoeuvre him, but I won't. We'll just go back past him. Yes, that's right. Block me off, Mr. Rammer. So I've got to brake extra early to get round the inside of that corner without sliding off. I tried pushing him a bit on the left there, but he's already passed us. The thing is, we are bloody Sam. Oh, come on, guys! You idiots! You idiots! I put my brake on because I could see that he was, you know, the other guy was coming across me on the left. The guy on the right was literally centimetres away from me. I couldn't do anything to avoid it because, you know, they were both driving into me. So I just put my brake on. That's the only thing I could do. I mean, I could have tried to beat them out, but then, you know, the corner coming up is a right-hander. Someone's going to have to turn right, and, you know, someone's got to work that out. It's not going to be me that works it out. So I just put my brake on. he just went flying. Oh, what a bunch of idiots. I mean, so dumb. The guy on the left didn't have to push to the right at all. I mean, he could have just waited. And the guy on the right, he would have had to have broken early to not understeer off on the inside of that corner. So I don't know what they were planning on doing, but there you go. Sometimes the winning strategy is to just put your brakes on and let everyone explode around you. Oh dear. As I say, my I rating isn't particularly high, so this isn't representative of the, you know, the general calibre of iRacing racing. Though mind you, this is in the morning and there's only 14 people registered to this race, so at this time you're this is what you'll get on iRacing. But if you race, you know, obviously at the weekend or at peak times or in higher series, you know, you'll get better quality racing in general. There are some ways I actually quite like it when I don't like people just ramming me and crashing and stuff, but I do like it when people actually try and make moves and actually defend, actually block a little bit, because that's an enjoyable part of racing. And I do think, I'm not sure if this is still the case, but I assume it probably is, with iRacing, a lot of people, you either get super aggressive people in the lower ranks, or you get people that literally don't, they won't have any, they won't fight at all. I'm not talking about making car contact and stuff like that, but they won't defend or do anything. They'll just pull over. We're talking about fourth gear. They'll just pull over to let you pass. Or we might lose a position at this rate, with fourth gear being funny that it is. So, it's nice having a little bit of rough driving occasionally, especially in slower class cars. Somehow, our vehicle's not damaged at all, which I'm surprised by, because normally the cars in iRacing are a little bit fragile and you have a little bit of a tap and that's it. Your car's destroyed, but we've been rammed in the rear, sandwiched in the centre, we've been the jam in the sandwich, and we're all good. Car is perfectly fine chugging along. It's the tank of the Mazda Cup cars, this. Got one car behind us. Well, I think I'll be happy with a fourth place from this, though, to be honest. Oh! We shouldn't be going into second for this corner. Should just stay in third. But yeah, fourth, considering we started in seventh, I think we could have, if we'd have driven better, we could have got a second place out of this. But given that we're streaming and chatting and having a bit of a la-di-da race, I'm happy with fourth place. That'll do me. Can't complain. We don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of the podium. We can just sneak off and continue our cycle around the bike track when the racing's all stopped. So here we go, across the start-finish line. I think this is the last lap. The checker flag's out. Is he waving the checker flag? Let's just drive under him so we can see. There he is, waving his checker flag. He's been waiting for a good number of laps to wave his checker flag. But there we go. That was Summit Point Raceway in the Mazda Cup car with the HTC Vive. Thanks for watching.